What is going on? Hello. It has been a while. It has been a long time in between Squawk drinks. There's 8 viewers at the moment. Maybe we'll give it a couple minutes till some other people jump on if they want to. So good. I understand that that Carlton are playing, but you probably just leave that game because it's Carlton playing, and they're starting to come good now. So no one wants to fucking see that. That's for sure. Goma, what's going on, brother? How are we? Just excuse my nasally voice. I've got a bit of the flu. I've had it all week. It's not COVID. Done a bunch of rats tests, and it's all good. But look, we may as well just get into it. I'm not expecting a big audience at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. I was going to say Tuesday, on a Thursday night. So what is up? What is up? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling after? Oh, actually, let me put the code in. So if you want to jump on and have a chat, we can have a chat. It has been when that pops up. Sweet. So you know the drill. Just jump onto that and I'll chuck you up. It has been a couple of good weeks to support Collingwood, hasn't it? Summarize thoughts on round one. What are you doing, Cocky? Summarize thoughts on round one. I thought that attacking football was beautiful. I mentioned it in my video coming out tomorrow. That's that chaos ball that they were talking about on the couch. It kind of worked, you know. It was very it was very nice to see. I enjoyed it. And yeah, it was just good to see Collingwood that everyone enjoyed. I don't think anyone could say a bad thing about the Pies, which is good. Oi, Clark, dogs are barking. Shane says we should be 3-1 after round 4. Well, the Herald Sun had us going 0-6, and we've already blown that out of the water. I don't see us getting it. I don't see us getting done by Adelaide either, which is good. Rick, how's it going, mate? It is good to be back. I didn't have time last week. It was just a crazy week, and they're probably not going to be as regular as Blue Broads are, but they'll definitely be on either bi-weekly or fortnightly, however you want to say it. But we do have my boy on. Let's chuck him on right now. He gave me the thumbs up. Let's go. How you going, mate?
Luke here, very well, thanks, mate. I'm feeling it a little bit as well, to be honest. The nasal, the throat, I think it's going around a bit, to be honest.
Crazy. The super flu already.
Nah, but I mean, what can I say, man? Good performance. Very good performance. A very good 3 quarters, I'd say. 3.5. I mean, we had probably a lapse of 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the energy, that was my main takeaway. You know, the energy was just, I haven't seen that in a long time, personally. I haven't seen us go at a game like that in a long time. So I was really impressed, man.
No, it was good. Like like I said before, when I was answering your question, that attacking, just the attacking style and just being able to run and carry, and it just looked like we were fearless for the most part, you know. And I think Fly said it best. He's been saying this for the last like maybe 3 or 4 weeks. He's been saying that, you know, it doesn't matter if we're not perfect. He's not looking for perfection. He's just looking, you know, at least we're trying the things. You know, there was one where I can't remember who did it. It was on the wing and they went to come in board and it got picked off and they went up their 50. But we wouldn't have done that, you know, with Buckley or with Harvey. We would have went backwards. So instead of taking the game on, we would have slowed it right down.
Yeah.
They get up, we don't score. At least this is the chance where, okay, we fucked up, but at least we know that we're trying to get the ball moving, get it quicker through the corridor, as opposed to, you know, going backwards.
Yeah, there were times as well, I thought, where we had, you know, some 50-50 contests that we went to, like the one that you spoke about. And then there were ones where, like Nicky Dacos, when he gets that 50-meter penalty and just bursts through the middle, and he hits, you know, a 40-meter kick, hits Elliott, you know, on the chest, and he drops the chest mark. Like, if he takes that mark, it looks like we've gone end-to-end in 5 seconds. But yeah, it's just it was really exciting. It was good to watch. I mean, it's the first time we've kicked over 100 points since what was it, round 2 last year or something
Round two last
ridiculous
year.
like that.
Yep.
Like we've got these young guys that are bringing a lot of energy, and the older guys they've really bought into it as well. Steel Sidebottom I thought was really good.
Yeah.
It's the best game I've
Yep.
seen him play in a long time, and that's all he needs to do. Have 15, 20, do some damage and kick a couple goals, and I'm happy with him. But
Yeah.
we got the young kids there as well. Like you look at Ollie Henry, there was a couple easy marks that he dropped, and then in the last couple minutes he kicks one unbelievable goal that we've all been watching on
The
repeat, and
depending sidestep.
and a clutch set shot. So like the
Yep.
thing we have to realize, and I think what we have to look at is these kids are going to make mistakes. There's going to be moments where they stuff up, and I think that's just naturally going to happen, and it'll progressively come out of their game. But
Yeah.
yeah, having these young guys in, there is a trade-off. They're going to bring a lot of energy, but they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, and I think we saw that during the end of the third quarter when they kicked four in a row. It was just those tired sort of legs, the young legs, the tired legs, and that happens. And I think with the new fitness coach, that Jared Wade, from what I've seen at training and from what people have been saying on Twitter and socials and stuff, is that the last 10 to 15 minutes of training is just hard running. So they're trying to condition
Yeah.
the bodies that for the last 10, 15 minutes of the game, where it is going to be, just helter-skelter sort of football, especially in the third and fourth quarter. You want to condition the bodies to get up there, and that'll happen. We'll probably see the fruits of that labor towards the end of, in the second half of the season. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing. What do you think about this game against Adelaide coming up?
I think it'll be a pretty good contest. I mean, I back us in to deal with small defenders at the moment. And I think, small forwards at the moment.
Forwards? Yep.
And I think Adelaide, that they had a good game on the weekend. They could have won. It was very close. Excellent game. I don't know if you watched it. I watched the last quarter.
Yep.
But again, there's an opportunity there. Similar sort. I'd rank them similarly to St Kilda. I wouldn't say they're much better. I wouldn't say they're much worse.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
we're in and around that bracket. So, if we want to have a good year, we've got to beat teams that are around us.
Yeah.
If we can beat the teams that are around us and lose to the teams in the 8th, so be it. Maybe get a win here and there. But going into this one, again, Nathan Kruger, I want to see him competing like Coxie did. It didn't all work for Coxie, I don't think, last week. I don't think he was excellent, but he was making a contest. He was bringing the ball to ground. So that's what we need. I mean, it's so hard to say because we've only got, a game of footage to look at, or a couple games of footage. So, I still don't really know what to expect. Can we maintain it for 4 quarters? That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to be back at the G. I think it should be a great day. We've got beautiful weather. And I hope that, I think if we play like we did against St Kilda, we should get up.
Yeah, 100%. Tom's asked, can Kruger ruck? So we know that without Cox, we've got Brodie Grundy rucking solo, but Adelaide have only taken one ruck. They've only got Riley O'Brien in because they've dropped Philthorpe as well. So look, Grundy has said in the past, I can't remember when he said it, but he did say that he likes rucking by himself. He likes rucking most of the game, and if he can do it, he's got a tank. He's a midfielder. He's not a ruckman. He's a tall midfielder that jumps in the ruck. But if he can do it all day, he can do it all day. I don't know, unless Grundy is really knackered, you'd have to chuck Kruger because you're not gonna waste Darcy Moore up there, and you're probably not gonna put Mychek up there either. So it's a shame that we don't have Jordan Rufford because then that would have been.
That's what I was going to say. That would have been the solution,
fine. Yeah, and you got to think like. We're doing these next. Well, obviously we're doing this week without Braden Maynard, but we're doing these next 3 to 4 games without a key back in Jordan Rufford and Charlie Dean. So, with Maynard back, our defense gets that much tighter. And we get Geelong in. Geelong is going to be the biggest test.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see where we're at. I think this week will be similar to last week in terms of. I don't know how much we'll win by, but I think it'll be close. And then if we can build on, last week and get some players back for next week against Geelong, you have Coxie probably back, Maynard again, like you said, he can play small, he can play tall. Let's Howie do his thing. He looks fit, Howie, actually.
He
I was
does.
saying
Yep.
before the game, if he doesn't get through 4 quarters today, I'm asking some serious questions, about what his ability to play AFL again. But he looked
Yeah.
really good. So, it's as you said, we're missing a lot of good players at the moment. A lot of senior players. As you said, Ruffy, Maynard. I love Will Hoskin-Elliott. I think he could be. Or I think he has a place in this team.
Yep.
There's guys there that can come back in. So we'll see how we go. I mean, yeah, at the moment, I'm just trying to enjoy it, mate. Just enjoy it. Watch the system, and as Will said underneath, I think Kruger will fit the system better. He brings a lot of pressure. He
100%.
reminds me a little bit of Clokey in that sense. Clokey was always such a good tackler.
He
I think that
was,
was
yeah.
one of the most underrated parts of his game.
And we saw
So
that against
Krug's,
Hawthorn in the first 3
oh yeah,
periods where he
100.
had six inside 50 tackles for a full forward doing that. It's just insane, That's
Yeah.
exactly, if they're not kicking goals, you want that ball in the 50. You want those repeat entries.
And he can kick a monster of a footy as well. Like,
Yeah, he
oh my
can.
God, he's got a leg and a half on him. So yeah, it'll be good to see him in person. I mean, I know you drove up to Morwood, but I'm looking forward to seeing him move across the ground and seeing what he can do.
No, definitely. And I this team, and like you said, we got to enjoy it for what it is, and there will be highs and lows this season. I see it. Let's take 2 teams for example. We'll take Hawthorn and Carlton. So Hawthorn, new coach in Sam Mitchell, and they finished, bottom 4 as well. And then Carlton have got the new coach, and they're pushing for finals. So you can see that everyone's got new coaches, new game plan. Carlton, I haven't checked the scores, but I think Carlton
They're up by 5 goals, mate. I've got it on here. 6 goals, 5, 6 goals.
fuck
Yeah,
me. So
they're playing good footy.
are up and about. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like we beat them last year in one game. We tied out at the end of the game, at the end of the season, and I lost it, even though we were up by 3, but in 3 quarters. So and with Hawthorn as well, they're our benchmark, but I see us as a better team than Hawthorn
So.
currently. So
Yeah,
I
I think
think
our list is in a much better spot as well.
yeah, 100%. So I can see us on that on that Melbourne sort of trajectory. Not 17th and then a premiership in 2 years, but getting better football. Like you see on Twitter where the team sheet comes out and no one's arguing with anyone. Everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. Whereas last year it was, why is this and this happening? Everyone is just really calm, and it's very nice to see.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How big will it be if we sign, or all 3 re-sign? I'm talking Maynard, Moore, JDG. How big is that? I mean, what does that do for us going to the next couple of years?
We win a premiership in the next 3 years if they all resign.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
we'll be around it. I'm not going to say we're going to win one, but I think we'll be a very, very good side.
People really, getting those re-signings would be amazing. I think Moore is probably the next captain. And Jordan Ngoe, everyone says that he owes us, but look, I guess to an extent he does, but he hasn't had any sort of indication that he wants to leave. Anyway, I know I've said that he probably leaves at the end of the year, and I think it's not a double-edged sword, but if he stays with us, amazing, because he's such a good player. But if he leaves, we get that compensation pick. But I think with Fly at the helm, he resigns, and we've got a good team, and our young kids are really, really good.
I mean, Geordie's already committed, so
yeah,
I mean, there you go. Like he's on. I mean, Darcy Moore's the only one, and I think I was saying today, I think there has to be some sort of captaincy clause in there. Give him 5, 6 years, give him a blank check, let him right. I think he's our best player, Darcy Moore. I think he's the best that we have. Give him a blank check, let him put his numbers down, and give him the captaincy because I think he's the perfect person culturally and on field wise to take the club forward as a captain.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the reason why he's been put into that leadership group. And
Mm,
he's a modern sort of player and
yeah.
he'd be a modern captain. Like Pendlebury, I love everything that Pendlebury's done. But you look at players like Brodie Grundy, Darcy Moore, even IQ to a certain extent, and they're more of the modern ilk, that the 2020 sort of era of player and
Hmm.
that sort of forward thinking and um, for lack of a better term, that sort of kumbaya. Let's all sit around a campfire, kind of help each other out, talk about our feelings. I think that it's kind of like what Beveridge did with the Bulldogs. He rode
Yeah.
emotion in 2016. Yeah, 16 and to a
Hmm.
premiership, Um,
Exactly.
and that sometimes that's what it takes. Buckley was a hard ass and that might work, but now it's more of an emotional game in the change rooms, I feel.
Mm. And Fly's been excellent as well. I've just loved listening to him in the media. I mean, I yeah, I just it's like my second dad. Like
Mm.
I just love him. I love him to bits. We've only seen one game, but I was sitting on the side of the races where he came out on last Friday, and he just stopped and I just watched him. I was watching him, and he just took it all in. Like when he said he didn't hear Abby Holmes, I don't know if you heard that SEN interview.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
He didn't. He was looking at us and, like we were all screaming his name and it was just unreal. Like real goosebumps moments. Like I was just like, wow. Like you could tell he was just looking. He was like, wow, like this is big.
Yeah,
And
he's
the players staying back as well was unreal. Like so nice, so kind. I feel like that's the kind of stuff we have to do. A bit like Jurgen Klopp with Liverpool back in the day.
Yeah, like everything that Fly says, and someone said on Twitter, I can't remember who, but everything that Fly says, it just makes you like him more. He's just such a likable character.
Mhm.
You just you almost just feel safe and comfortable, and you can see, when he said that when he got chosen to be the coach and he spent an hour with, or however it was, with each and every player and staff member. Yeah, that says a lot to culture building. And I think in the podcast I was listening to with Brodie Grundy, he likes to turn off football, at the end of the day. But like Fly
Mhm.
text him at 6:30 or whatever it was to see how he was feeling or stuff like that. And I think it goes back to my point of that's what a modern footballer wants. And I think that's it's just great. It's just really good to see, man.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's just pure vibes at the moment, and let it continue, mate. Continue. I mean, we got to be able to keep it up though. Even if we start losing, I feel like we just
Yeah,
got to stick with them. I feel like it's
yeah,
going to be a really good turnout on Saturday as well. Like even though it's only Adelaide, people are saying
yeah.
they're struggling to find tickets. So hopefully it's a good day. And people get down. I mean, it's 25 and sunny, so should be
So
mint.
you think so at the G as well, a nice little time slot as well, so you can go
Mm,
out Saturday night, which is nice.
absolutely. Yeah. No,
All
for
right,
sure, mate.
Lockie.
No worries, mate. All right. Good to
Thanks for
speak
coming
to
on,
you.
brother, for the first squawk.
No
See you, mate.
worries. Take it easy. See you guys.
All right. So let me just what I want to do, I just want to check the Carlton scores. Lolo, 63-32. What has Voss done to Carlton? Yeah, all right, fair enough. Excuse me. All right, so we got Kev coming up next. We won't keep this on for too long, just wanted to come on, say hi, have a little bit of a chat. Yeah, that's all right. Kev, ready to go, mate? How you going, bud? I think you're on mute, mate. Can't hear you. No, 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 can't. Let me just see. Maybe go again. No, no, I can't hear. I'll take you out of the stream and try and jump back in. All right. All right. All right. Anyway, while Kev does that, look, let me give me your likes down below. We talked about me and Lockie talked about a lot of things, but I want to hear from you guys. Nick Dagos, 27 on debut. Lipinski absolutely dominated in that midfield, and we'll say he was a part of the Trelaw trade. I think it was Trelaw to the Bulldogs, for that sort of draft pick and stuff. It kind of helped us nab Lipinski, and the Bulldogs will be bleeding that they don't have him. He's just exactly what we need in a midfielder. We have him kind of frees up Taylor Adams, frees up Pendles. Jordan De Go running through frees him up as well, which is really, really nice. Carlton 10 goals in 1.5 quarters of football. Yeah, that's crazy. But Carlton are okay. They're good. But the doggies, they look like they're just scarred from that grand final. Even against Melbourne. Carlton have just kicked another. The doggies look like they're just absolutely scarred. It kind of reminds me of 2020. Love seeing how with the spring in his legs back. Yeah, and that's exactly like what me and Lockie was saying. How getting that injury during the that intra-club match, you kind of go, oh, far out. You kind of worry a little bit, but it was good to see him jumping up, and he's such a good defender for us. I'd love to see Maynard back so he doesn't have to sort of have that one-on-one role, and he's more of a free-floating defender. But she'll be right. Carlton have been underperforming for years. About time they showed up with that list. And yeah, look, that's exactly right. Look, Carlton, we know Carlton have a good list. They've always had a good list. They've just been, their coaches and not sticking by their coaches. There's been a lot of turmoil, but oh no. They can win 2 and then they can lose the next 7, can't they? So we'll fucking see. All right, Kev, try again. Here we go.
Better?
Hey, Kev. Yep.
All right, cool. So what's going on?
Not much, mate. Tell me your thoughts so far on the season.
I knew we were going to beat St Kilda, to be honest. I thought that with St Kilda, they don't defend well as a team compared to us. If we, one thing we have noticed is that we're not allowing Hill to have 30 disposals and him running through the middle of the ground. We're actually keeping him to the back half possessions and making sure that he turns the footy over. And our pressure was elite against the Saints. But it
was.
Our third quarter a little bit did let us down. We should have been 50 points in front, at least. But unfortunately, Saints are always going to come back. And I'm just loving the way that Flo goes about it in particular. I like how we got Kruger in. That's always the best option. Will Hoskin Elliott, I thought that would have been for Bianco Elise. But hopefully Maynard comes back in next week and hopefully we can beat John. But that's 50-50 Elise.
What do you think we'll beat Adelaide this week?
I think we'll beat them 35 plus. I think that's about the margin.
That's a 6-goal win. That'll be very nice to start off our season.
Because Adelaide don't have their midfield is okay, but they don't have a structure up forward. Their defense, it's pretty young, so they're not going. And against Fremantle as well, they were probably lucky to only lose by a point, because if Fremantle kicked accurate, they would have won by 40, 50 points.
Fremantle kicked 17 points, didn't they?
Yeah.
They kicked something ridiculous.
And I know that we were a bit, a little bit inaccuracy as well. And lucky didn't cost us, but we just got to kick accurate against them. Otherwise, we're just going to give them a chance to come back in, and it's going to give us all a heart attack. For sure.
Sorry, just 1 sec, Kev. We got a Carlton supporter in here. Shouldn't you be watching the game instead of watching some Magpie fans talk? Like, go watch your boys. You haven't been good for 30 years. Go watch your precious Blue Boys. What do you reckon, Kev? Kick him out, huh?
Right, Carlton. They're only excited about the win against Richmond. I like to see them play against top 8 quality teams.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we can answer, Kev, together. What do you think of Will Hoskin Elliott coming back in? There was a bit of talk on him on the timeline.
I think he has to come back in. But I would have thought you replace him with Bianco.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a like for like sort of type thing. But he's been named on the wing, so that's again is going to be interesting. Josh Dacos in the forward pocket, but I think Kruger will have to play forward and maybe 20% in the ruck. But then we should have Mychek as well. But I think with the medical sub, I think it could be Harvey Harrison or Callum Brown, to be honest.
Yeah, look,
I will not bring in Darcy Cameron as a medical sub.
Yeah, especially if one of your midfielders goes down. Look, I think I really rate Will Hoskin-Elliott. I rated him and you guys will know this if you follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. He was a whipping boy last year, him and Joshy Thomas. But he's a very 1%er sort of 1%er sort of guy. And the way he goes about it, and he'll be kind of the link up play. You saw it a lot in the intra-club match and some of the practice matches that he's kind of that link up guy going forward, can take a good mark and can kick it.
What about Nick Dacos? Do you think he plays the whole 22 rounds, or do you think we'll rest him? Because there's a bit of talk on Fox Footy as well, like with plays like that, like do you give them a rest or do you play them like complete the whole season?
Yeah, it's
because I think he plays the whole season, to be honest. I think he's going to be the rising star, top 10 to Brownlow this year. The way that he goes about it, I reckon he's going to surprise a few people. And I'm probably going to cop a lot of heat on Twitter and that sort of stuff. But I even said to the guys at work, we'll be 3-1. I think the loss that, if I were to be honest, is against Geelong's a 50-50 game, and Brisbane after that, after we play West Coast. But I did say 3-1 season, and if we finish about 11th or 12th, to me, that's the sad part, because we don't stay in bottom 4, bottom 2 for longer. We've always been a team that plays consistently in finals, and it doesn't matter, if we finish 8th or 6th. Like every year, like we end up finishing about the mark, or we go to top 4. So it's one that we play consistently well, and COVID's going to affect all clubs, and it's happened with a couple of our coaches and Will especially. But yeah, COVID's going to be hit hard than what people think, and it might hurt us a little bit, but it'll be for about a week or 2 at least. Yeah, and then hopefully it won't be that bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we see Carlton are going through it at the moment, so the game must go on. Kev, thank you for jumping on as always, mate.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Really do.
Have a good one, brother. Appreciate you too. See you.
You too, brother. See ya.
Bye. All right, let me get to some of these cues in here, and then we'll call it a night because I am really sick. I wanted Cameron in for the height. Crows don't have the tall back line. Look, that's true, but I guess Kruger brings that height as well. I think testing Kruger out against said Crows backline is a really good move. We might see him bag 3 goals, which would be very nice. Yeah. I freaking hate players debuting as subs. They did it with I don't want to say his name because I'll get it wrong. Was it Wanganeen, because he's the Essendon guy. They did it with Carlton. St Kilda did it last year with their debutant, put him as their unused medical sub. We did it with Bo McCreary as well, which was just absolutely shit house. What's going on with Finlay McRae and Caleb Poulter? Yeah, look, I'd love to see them back in the team. I love McRae and I love Poulter on the wing. I think Poulter can only really come in for Steele or because Josh Dacos has got the other wing. So with Steele on this wing and playing a really good game against St Kilda, Poulter's just got to put in the work. And McRae, with Lipper coming in, McRae, I feel like just, again, same with Poulter, just has to put in a bit of the work. But who do you bring out? Okay, if you want Poulter and McRae in, who do you bring out for those two, Cameron as well. You wanted the double whammy talls. Yeah, but then who do who do you really bring out for that? Like Elliot plays tall, even though he's not tall, but he still plays tall. We got Mycheck in there as well. I love this comment, Peter. Carlton need to finally do something, considering they have about 15 first-round picks in their team due to a decade of being non-relevant. Yeah, and that's pretty much sums it up. Yeah, well, cool, they're good. You know, oh, clap for Carlton, they're good. It wasn't like they were, you know, they were shit for so long and they were getting handouts. The AFL were like, oh, gimme. You know what I mean? Thoughts on McCreary last week? Thought he played well. Yeah. Bo, he kicked a goal, didn't he? If memory serves me correctly. But he is just the fact that we can have McCreary and Ginnivan in the same team. Ginnivan for more of that Alan Didak sort of Jared Blair role, and then McCreary for that tackling. He's like Braden Maynard of the forward line, I guess. You know, I love Bo heaps. Just checking on the scores, 39-76. So Doggies are 6 goals down. Carlton would have to go to sleep for the Doggies to win from here, but I tipped Carlton, so I really want to win that $100 gift voucher that I've got going on there. So Carlton says Cameron instead of Woolhoskin and Elliott. That's fair enough, because I guess you could put Josh Dacos on the wing, which he will play on the wing anyway. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I love this, Campbell. Just seeing if I've missed anything else. What do you think of Cox's new shades? Feels like he's missing his cane. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, they kind of just look like swimming goggles. And I was at obviously I was at Marvel the other day watching, and that light was so, the new lights that they installed was so goddamn bright that you'd think that he'd have to have tint on at nighttime, because that's just absolutely crazy. Is Rory Sloane playing? Heard he had to go to a tribunal. Yeah, he's playing. He got off his eye gouging incident. He got a week, and then the case got thrown out. You know, what can you do? Really disappointed with selection. Risto, tell us why you're disappointed. I don't mind it. I think it's a really good selection. Reef will make his debut soon, I feel. Whoa, Peter. Harrison has overtaken McRae and Polter at this stage. I think Harrison could come in against the Cats if he has a good game in the VFL on Sunday. Now, remind me, Harvey Harrison was the guy that they said was like so quick, right, in the draft. He was like one of the quickest guys in the draft. Is he? He wouldn't be midfield. He'd be a forward, if anything, wouldn't he? Thoughts on Willie getting off? I had so much thoughts on this on Twitter, and I just got so much backlash from supporters, mainly West Coast supporters. But it's ridiculous. Like, the AFL's like, oh, you know, we'll protect their head. Duty of care. We will protect the players. We'll do this. We'll do that. And then Rioli doesn't have to jump. Just stop in your tracks. Or like, look, I know it's easier said than done, but he doesn't have to jump off the ground. He wasn't. If he had his arms out going to mark that ball, sure, and he cleaned him up, sure, fair enough. But not if he didn't even have his arms out while he was running. Those last couple of seconds, he just jumped and turned. Come on, man. Should have gotten at least 3 weeks. And then Maynard, don't even get me started. Harrison played mid and forward, going to be a jet. Okay, that's good. That's nice. Yeah, he's I've heard a bunch about him. So like I heard a bunch about him at training and stuff. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Man, this would be. I hope Ginnivan does a celebration after a goal to piss off callers. What could it be? Oh, you know, it'd be sick, right? Ginnivan scores a goal. Oh, it'd be so fucking funny. Ginnivan scores a goal, and do they have video cameras? I don't know if they have cameras on the ground. I don't think they do, like in the soccer. But if Ginnivan scores a goal and he just does one of these, oh man, could you imagine? He just does one of these. Oh fuck! Like he's holding the GoPro. That would be dope. That would be so dope. Oh, he'd cop it though. Nah, he'd cop it from probably Fly, to be honest. Would be funny though. Who do we think is going to be medical sub. I think it might be maybe Bianco. I think maybe Bianco would be medical sub. We had Tom Wilson, and I don't think Tom Wilson is in the list of emergencies this week, so it probably will be Bianco. Anybody know how Arlo Draper is looking? By all means, he said that Cal Brown could be the medical sub as well. I heard that he's ripping it on the track. And he's going to be a dark horse for a debut. He'll debut this year, from what I'm hearing. But a dark horse, as in like he slid right down. We weren't expecting to get him. I think Cal Toomey had him top 20 or top 25 at least. Yeah. What happened with the last live that ended? I'm not too sure. I haven't been live for a while. I was live after the game on Saturday, on Friday, sorry. But I lost my voice and I didn't have any headphones, so that didn't work out well. Sam Draper and Arlo Draper related? No, they're not. Different families. I had Cal Brown as our most improved this year, so we need to play him at some stage. Yeah, I actually had him in my guys to look out for. Tyler's getting a game over him at the moment, but we saw Cal in the middle. We're just so stacked in the middle. He has to reinvent himself somewhere else. Can he be a half backer, a back pocket? Because he loves to tackle. Is he a back pocket player and Maynard chucked in the middle? I don't know. Yeah, this isn't it, man. I love Hoskin Elliott. And you can go jump into my Twitch and stuff. I think it's good. He does a lot of things. Look, it's a very different game to watching the game on TV and watching it in person, where you can actually see the whole field and see what everyone is doing. Kruger is going to be elite. Yes. Peter G. Draper is coming with a bullet. We'll play senior footy this year. I love it. Agreed, Lockie. Some of the comments have been stupid about Will Hoskin Elliott. Agreed. Do I think Kruger will take over Cox? I think Cox is these are probably Cox's last year. I think he's 31. Not that age is you can keep playing until you're mid-30s, I guess. Because Cox is signed that 1-year contract extension. This could be Cox's last year, and Kruger will fill that spot. Grundy, Begg, the next Gorn and Jackson. I'm hoping Will Hoskin rest. Yeah, look, we all are. I don't anticipate him kicking 2 or 3 goals a game. But if he can link up play, if he can tackle, if he can lay a shepherd on, that's all I'm asking for. When we get in the next look, this is actually, I didn't think that people would like vlogs so much. It's actually my vlogs are doing better than my previews and reviews that I actually write stuff up for, which I guess says a lot about me. But the next vlog will be coming probably Saturday after the game. So I'll video at the game. Then I'll bring my laptop and I'll edit it, and it'll probably be up Saturday night, because those vlogs are pretty easy to kind of just one and done. Just get them out there. It's fun. I love doing the vlogs, and if I can get more people on vlogs, if you see me around the ground, if you see me at the MCG on Saturday, or just walking to the G, don't be afraid to come up to me. I might not be recording, but let me know, and I'll ask you, and we'll put up, and you can tell me what you think about the game. Oh God. Surely we offered Logan McDonald 10 years. Yeah, there was a club that offered him 10 years. I think it would have been us. I had the pleasure of interviewing Logan a couple of years ago. Last year? No, the year before last. And he was so well spoken, would have loved him at the club, but there was talks. We were trying so hard. I think it was to get the Kangaroos' pick 2 or 3. We were trying to get Logan McDonald that year. We were trying everything to get Logan McDonald this year. Where am I sitting in the G? No, not general admission. I'm sitting row A in the pocket, legend stand. Row A? I think so, legend stand. So I'll be there with a camera fucking filming the boys when they're walking up and down the boundary or trying to put off some players when they're kicking. Adelaide players when they're kicking. Jen on Twitter has been saying that Beggy is a beast. So, here's hoping. All right, look, we're going to call it quits there. Been gone for 40 minutes. I'm feeling so shit out. So, but look, thank you all for joining me. It's been nice. It's been West Coast offered him. There you go. So it wasn't us. West Coast have been offering. West Coast. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm going to call it quits now because I am so out of it with this flu. But thank you so much for joining me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. There'll be more squawks throughout the year. There'll probably be one this weekend as well. So make sure you're following me on Instagram for updates, Twitter for updates, and obviously on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. And until then, double shackers. I'll swoop you all later.